Trump supporters, and this is that moment. Send your donation via Venmo to the real president, Donald J. Trump. It's only $50 a day recurring, and it means you'll get these Trump supporters the critical help they so desperately need to survive under this false regime. Please donate now, because those Trump supporters you just saw can't wait another moment.
Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. We're back to the Tony Micheals Podcast.
Welcome back to the show. Oh, Grandpa's in the cold courtroom. He's freezing. Someone buy that motherfucker a coat. You think with all that sneaker money and all that Bible money, that son of a bitch could afford some thermal underwear, a thermal diaper, or a fucking coat? You know what I mean? You think he can afford some hot hands? Remember that shit? Hot hands? Yeah, you put them in your fucking pocket and you keep your fucking hands warm. Dumb fuck. I mean, there's all kinds of shit you can do. You know, layer up, right? You just bitching. It's freezing in there. It's freezing in that room. I'm such a little bitch. He is such a little fucking bitch, ain't he? The real funny part is that Donald Trump bitched and moaned and complained and bitched and moaned that the judge wasn't going to let him go to Barron's, his son. He doesn't know his son's name, but he's to go to Barron's graduation. And now this morning, the judge is like, yeah, you can fucking go. Do you think he'll go? 100%. I do not believe that Donald Trump is going to show up at Barron's graduation. He's going to be golfing. And the reason why the evidence that I have for that is that Donald Trump is a piece of shit. 1, he's a deadbeat dad. 2, but 3, this son of a bitch has been complaining for weeks that he can't campaign because he's got to sit in the courtroom. The 3 days he has where he's not sitting in a fucking courtroom, he wasn't campaigning. He was golfing. So spare me the bit. That's the other thing too. Is this guy's going to be able to sleep a lot here in the next few days. Over the coming days, they're going to start going through documents. It's going to be the most boring fucking court on earth. And dude, Don Snorleone is going to be out like a light the entire time. And that's a good thing. I really wish that this judge could somehow, some way make this fucking trial last like 18 months. That's what I wish. I mean, that's what I'm open for. I could give a shit about the conviction at this point. I think this stupid son of a bitch is somehow going to cop off on fucking felony charges, and he's not going to get fucking charged with them. That's right. That's what I think. That's where I'm staking my fucking opinion, is that he ain't gonna get these felony charges, that they ain't gonna convince the jury of these felony charges. Because this difficult roundabout case that they're trying to make, I think is stupid. They should just go for the fucking gold and get the 1 or 2 felonies and get this son of a bitch. But you know what? If we're gonna do this theater, if we're gonna do this bullshit, we gotta fucking listen to him whine and bitch and moan about how it's cold and how when he shits his diaper, it doesn't stay warm very long. I think that's what he's really pissed off about. You know, he pisses and shits himself, you know, and who wants to sit there in a cold diaper? You know what I mean? A cold full diaper. I mean, if it's you know what I'm saying? If it's a warm diaper, it might keep you warm a little bit if you fill it up. But if it gets cold pretty goddamn quick, then you're going to sit there and freeze your balls off while it sits in your dump. You know what I mean? That's maybe what he's bitching about. But if we got him bitching and if we got him sleeping, which honestly, there is no better situation for this election than him to steal every single fucking dime from the Republican donor class to pay off his legal bills and for him to sit there and sleep the whole time. where he can't like harass them, and he can't call Mike Johnson, and he can't call senators. He can't bitch and piss and moan on True Social, which again this morning the judge has determined, which I'm finally glad that we got some sort of legal decision out of this, that him reposting shit is going to violate a gag order. I didn't think we'd ever see a judge say this. I'm going to be honest with you. This surprised me this morning. One of the most surprising things I saw this morning was that, yes, the judge decided that him at someone else's post is considered violation of the gag order. And I think, again, you're using agent provocateur to violate the gag order, friend. You motherfucker, you. Now, he was only fined $9,000, which is a long way for the accountability that Donald Trump should receive. Honestly, $500 million that he owes to the state of New York, and the money that he owes Jean Carroll, that amount of money, well, that's not even enough accountability as far as I'm concerned. It isn't. It's not near enough accountability for me. I would, if you were putting a dollar amount on the amount of accountability that Donald Trump owes this country, it's every single fucking dime he'll ever have. That's about the amount of accountability that I'm looking for in a dollar amount, not $9,000. Okay. But the judge possibly, if he violates again, right? Which, be rest assured, he's definitely going to violate the gag order. Donald Trump has the right to remain silent, but he sure as hell does not have the fucking ability to remain silent. But the trial ticks on. The trial ticks on, and we're getting closer and closer to Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen taking the stand. And I think that's really where this trial can get sideways. Now, it can go sideways for Trump, or it can go sideways for the prosecution. I really believe that. I think in those two testimonies, that's where we're going to see it go sideways. David Pecker's testimony was not surprising. I mean, I know a lot of people think it's salacious, but fuck, it's a National Enquirer, for crying out loud. David Pecker wasn't just fucking hiding stories and paying. And David Pecker's MO, he was doing, that was how he made fucking money, people. But when we get into this testimony between Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen, I think we will see if who this trial goes sideways for, if it does. I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope that he can catch every single charge. Catches it right in the fucking ass. Now, I don't know if the decision this morning of the judge to tell Donald Trump that if he breaks the gag order, he possibly faces the threat of incarceration, if that means that this judge will incarcerate Donald Trump when he's convicted of felony charges in such that the judge could incarcerate him. I don't know. I hope so. Who the fuck does not want this piece of shit to serve a few months at Rikers? I mean, that is the exact institution that I want Donald Trump to go to. That pile of fucking trash. That piece of shit. Fuck yes. Let's do that. Hell, keep him there for a hell of a lot longer than 48 hours. But I believe that's kind of the thing here, is that the judge is indicating that he might incarcerate Trump if he violates the gag order again, really. I mean, it could mean for the remainder of the trial, right? Could mean that. It could mean until Donald Trump is willing to come in front of the court and willing to come in front of the judge to apologize and to make sure that he gives his personal guarantee that there will not be any kind of breaking of the gag order going forward. I mean, it could be. It could be possible. It could be possible that the judge says, I'm going to give you 48 hours in the fucking contempt tank. Right? Sometimes you get in the drunk tank. He might have to go into the contempt tank for 48 hours. Is that really accountability? I mean, as much as we love Donald Trump to serve 48 hours in a goddamn jail cell, then he's a fucking martyr. And in 48 hours, his dumb ass is out running around yelling and screaming again, bitching about how the courtroom's cold and how Walt doesn't change his diaper fast enough. Yeah, that's right. A septic tank. Oh, shit. I got the wrong one. There it is. These goddamn comments go so fast. You guys are crazy with the chat box here. If you guys are wondering why I'm still on YouTube, because usually we cut off on YouTube. If you're still wondering that, and I know some people in the Twitch chat are saying about the commercials. If you want commercial-free viewing on Twitch, you gotta go to theTonyMicheals.com. Okay. Now, why should you go to theTonyMicheals.com? Well, here's why. You just pan on down to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, right? It's right here. And if you have a Prime account and you link it to your Twitch account, you get one free subscription every single month. And you can give that to the Tony Micheals Podcast. And if you give that to the Tony Micheals Podcast, what you do is you get commercial-free viewing of the entire show every single weekday on Twitch. Even if I cut off YouTube, the YouTube broadcast. I've been cutting off the YouTube broadcast at the bottom of the hour. Now, if we have guests on or something special going on, I'm going to remain broadcasting on YouTube. But if it's just a normal show, you're going to have to go over to Twitch and watch it. And the reason why is because Twitch gives us support over there. So that's just how it's going to be. And I apologize to people who, it's still free. You can still view it. You just got to deal with a couple commercials because we're monetized over there. So, I apologize, but that's just the way it's going to be. And you can go back and rewatch it on Twitch once it's over. I know you can't rewind in mid episode, but maybe I should just go fuck myself. But if you don't think I should just go fuck myself, go link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account or buy a subscription there on Twitch. Or, they're always gifting subscriptions in the chat too. If you want to look for someone being generous to get you a commercial-free viewing, if you're going to stay on Twitch and view on Twitch. Also, go check out the Patreon page. A lot of people have joined the Patreon and signed up for a year's membership. You get 10% off when you join Patreon. We're going to be making some changes over there on Patreon. I think this week we're going to be doing a Discord dial-in. That means if you go on Patreon and you join the new tier, which we have not got up yet, if you join the new tier, then you'll be able to actually join me here right on the show during a segment that I think we're going to call Discord Dial-In. It's like the old rotary phone. No. It won't be like the old rotary phone. It's the new Discord thing. So you'll have to join the Discord. Speaking of that, make sure you go to theTonyMicheals.com and join the Discord server. It's right here underneath memberships. It's right there. See it right here. Discord server. Go ahead and verify yourself when you enter in the Discord server by checking the green check mark in the Welcome Center. All right, let's move on to the news here. Shall we? We got a lot of stuff to cover. A lot of stuff going on of Prager University. I think that's what it's called. You know what this idiot's called? Prager. They are the book burning, cousin fucking baby, or excuse me, puppy killing, probably baby killing too. Puppy killing party. And who better than Dennis Prager to give us how he feels about cousin fucking? Let's listen.
Let's see here. The public nudity calls are interesting. Anyway, none of you have a secular argument against it, and I don't blame you for that because there isn't any. There's no secular argument against adult incest. Brother and sister want to make love. What's your argument?
Well, their brother and sister won, my friend. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever had a brother or a sister, but it's a little fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie. And I live really close to Arkansas, really fucking close. Like I am in. Sometimes I believe I am in northern Arkansas, north Arkansas. You know what I mean? Like the attic of Arkansas sometimes, where they hide all the dead cousin fucking bodies sometimes. But yes, my friend, two people who are actually brother and sister. It is weird. No matter what kind of porn you watch, Dennis, because there's a lot of porn out there. There's a lot of porn. And I know we go to the porn thing, but I think that's why Mega constantly is harping on banning porn, because porn confuses them. They don't know that it's fake. They don't know that. Like, they don't know that wrestling's fake. They're like, no, it's real. It's 100% real. I mean, the fucking's real in porn, right? Like, they're actually fucking in porn, but like the setup, the whole storyline, that's all bullshit. They're not actually stepbrother and stepsister, and they're not actually mom, stepmom, and stepson. That's not a fucking, it's fake. That's just to make the title, and I don't understand it either. It kind of weirds me out. I'm going to be honest. When I'm watching porn, I fast forward through the whole stepbrother, stepsister. I just want to get to the fucking, you know what I mean? And I don't know if these guys haven't figured out that there's a fast forward button on the internet or not. But I think they watch porn, right? And they think it's real. They're like, no, this is 100% how it's supposed to happen. 100% how it's supposed to happen. Yes. I'm not sure why you're asking this, but yes, porn is fake. They're just like wrestling's fake. Like the wrestling, like when they're hitting each other with the chairs and they're throwing each other and they're hitting the mat and, you know, they're getting hurt and shit. That's a real part. That's like the athleticism. That's real, but the storyline is not real. It's all theater, just like porn is just theater. It's not real. They're not actually brother and sister, Dennis.
That they're going to produce mentally retarded offspring? It's nonsense. It takes many generations of inbreeding to do that.
He seems really experienced at this, doesn't he? He's like, look, I've met a lot of people who've been inbred, and it takes at least 3 generations. Okay. It feels like he has a lot of experience. And it's not like scientific experience. It's just like, you know, Republican type experience, MAGA type experience.
There is no secular argument against adult consensual incest. There's a religious argument. Sex cannot enter family life.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. So his point here that he's trying to make is that because what Dennis Prager really wants you to believe is that there's no secular argument for anything. The only argument is the fucking religious, theologic argument. That's it. That's the only fucking argument that can be made about anything, including whether you can fuck your sister or not. What? I mean, what? Listen, there's plenty of fucking argument to be made why brother and sister shouldn't be fucking each other. Plenty of reasons, plenty of fucking reasons. I don't think is like one of them on the top at the top of the list. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking nuts. But see, this is what these white Christian nationalists do. This is what they do is they take some sort of fucking issue that's weird as shit and they twist it around to tell you what you can and can't do. Now look, in Tennessee, they're trying to pass a bill where you can marry your first cousin. You can fuck your first cousin. And I'm really, honestly, not going to go around telling people they can't fuck who they want to fuck. I'm not going to lie. As much as it seems a little weird that you'd want to fuck your first cousin, and I think that's where the boundary kind of is of what we do in society. And I'm not talking about whether we let you fuck or not, just how we treat you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, you definitely can believe and do that crazy shit over there. We're just not going to invite you into normal, typical situations in society. And it's going to be a thing, okay? Like, you have the liberty to do that. You just do not have the freedom to participate with the rest of us in normal walking around places on Earth. Whoosh. And act like, and we have to pretend like you're normal. Listen, if you want to fuck your sister or you want to fuck your first cousin, great, fine, more power to you, I guess. But I'm not going to tell you that's normal. It's not normal. It's not a thing that most people decide that they're going to do. But who am I to tell Dennis Prager if he wants to fuck his sister wife or not?
It's a big taboo. See, people think that we could live without the greatest source of wisdom and morality in the history of the world, the Bible. That's what they think.
Oh, we know that.
Even some secular conservatives think that. They don't realize they're living on the fumes of the Judeo-Christian value system. But if you...
That's Trump's farts you smell. Those fumes of the Judeo-Christian value system, those are Trump's farts you smell.
Ultimately extract those flowers from the soil that nurtured them.
Fuck me.
Those flowers will wither and die.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't want to see that happen. That's why I'm working so hard on this.
That's why he's working so hard. That's why he's working so hard to tell you why you can fuck your sister. And there's no sick good argument against it, but so if you want to fuck your sister... What? Oh, my God. This video is 2 years old. This video is 2 years old. I showed this 2 years ago. I don't know what I said then. I have no idea. Probably the same shit I'm saying now. But it's weird shit that Dennis Prager and the Republican Party are sitting around postulating whether they can fuck their first cousin or their sister or not. It's weird stuff. It's weird stuff. It's weird shit that you want to institute in the law that you can fuck your sister. It's weird shit that you want to put in the law that you can fuck your first cousin. It's weird stuff. Weird. It's almost as weird as their hyper focus on children's genitalia. Almost as weird. Not quite. But it's fucking weird that these people are sitting around coming up with this commentary this way. What's even weirder is that it circulates. Like when they say this shit, it just circulates. You know what I mean? It fucking marinates and then, well, let me prove it to you. Here is Jason Campbell's original tweet of this. Here's his original tweet. And it's from October 12th, 2022. There it is, 10:51 a.m. in the Central Zone. Now, at the time, this got, 3,000 likes, 3,700 repost. But I showed this on my show back then. It's a thing we did. I think me and Gabe Sanchez sat and commentated on this video. It's a thing that happens. Book burning. Book. You're not going to see many places, but I'm going to show it to you here. I think they played it on Rachel Maddow's show. I believe it's where it's from. Anywho, Right Wing Watch does a fantastic job, and more of these clips are coming to the forefront because of shows like ours that are featuring these white Christian nationalists and the dangers of these even though you don't really know who these motherfuckers are. Now, we've featured these feckin' assholes here on the screen on the show before, exposing their bullshit. And I'm going to do the same thing today. And you notice how they have the fucking clock behind them, all these prophets that are always making prolific statements, guessing what's going to become of the world. And they have these clocks behind them so that they can prove that they said it when they said it. It's fucking weird. Maybe I should put one behind me, like a clock, like right here. That way there's proof that Tony said this at this date and this time. The fucking email God lady, she's got one too. But I want to give a shout out to Right Wing Watch because more and more of their content is actually leaking into the mainstream. And I've been yelling and screaming for the last 6 months, 8 months, probably longer, that these clips should be going not just viral on the internet, but they should be fucking headline news. They should stop fucking with the Trump crack and showing the country the reason why we're in such fucking dire straits. So Right Wing Watch is one of the people at the forefront in this fight to do the work of finding these scumbags and keeping tabs on them and exposing them and providing the content for people like me to show my audience. And it's a joint effort into exposing white Christian nationalism in this country. The actual disease that is rotting the brains of MAGA. Because Trump is just a symptom of that venereal disease we call white Christian nationalism. And there's no really better example of it than this here. Watch.
Been shown to us over and over and over that he was the winner. But here's the deal. If you understand the media operates the way it's been, the media is the false prophet of the book Revelation, which means it's just taken over. It's like Goliath has taken over the sound waves, and you're supposedly supposed to apologize and repent. If the false prophet, it's when I get excited apparently or something.
Look, there's bubbles on the screen, George. Oh, George, there's bubbles on the screen. There's bubbles. All right, keep going.
If the false prophet, if you disagree with what the false prophet is saying, which is false media, something, so we're going to go with them. And if you disagree with them, then therefore your prophetic word, ridiculous stuff
on its face.
Okay, so if they, what he's saying, what they're saying here, okay, is when they made, because they claim to be prophets, right? So they're that Donald Trump would win. I showed you another goddamn clip of some asshole that was talking about how Trump won and he made a prolific a prediction because he's a prophet, and then it didn't come true, and the media is saying it didn't come true, but that's from Trump, and he actually won, is because it's all a lie. They're the false prophet. We're the actual in their pockets. Different kind of prophet. Because it's all prolific statements for prophets. And I'm talking about prophets for profits. Boy, that's an organization. I bet that's a satirical organization we could come up with. Here at Prophets for Profits, we're for the money going in your pocket, regardless of how you're prolific. Your prolific statements turn out or not. Here at Profit for Profits, we protect our members. I don't know. You could probably run with it. But this is what they're saying. These two fucking assholes are saying that they are making prolific predictions And that the reason why they're not coming true is because the media is reporting false prolific predictions, which the media is not predicting anything. They're reporting on what happened, you stupid fucks. Oh my God. The media's job is not to predict what is going to happen. That's why polls suck. Okay? The polls fucking suck. And they're all bullshit. And again, there you go. Prolific paydays. It could be like a prolific payday loan place. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. But the news media's job is not to make prolific statements or predictions on what's going to happen. They can postulate on different things that could happen based on the prior past circumstances to make a prediction. Their job is to report the facts so that you know what happened, so you can carry around the truth with you. You fucking dummies. It's one reason why the media sucks, because I'm not going to disagree with them that the media sucks. They suck at their jobs because the media, to some degree, think that their job is to not only make prolific statements, but to change the landscape. It is their job to push to make change. It's not their job. I mean, if you want to know the truth, get in real close. Get in real close where you can hear me, because this is a big secret. It's not just the mainstream media and the right-wing media, but it's also the independent media. Their goal is the same goal as these guys. Profit. Profits for profits. That's right. You listen to media every day that tells you, oh, this is good. Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to go to jail now. Yeah, Donald Trump is definitely going to go to, he's going to go to trial in March. 100%. He's going to be on federal. He's going to be 14th. He'll be 14th. A lot of people think it's their job to be profits for profit, even on the left. I'm just saying, just pointing out, just kind of giving you a heads up. But I want to thank Right Wing Watch for giving us these clips. Again, I want to say it publicly. I do try to give them credit on every single one of the videos that we show as we go along and present it to us, the public, and then we can really commentate on top of it, because that, I think that is very important, that we commentate on top of these clips of these white Christian nationalists who are trying to destroy our democracy. Here's a good example of people trying to destroy our democracy.
We do not want to be a democracy. Originally, congressmen were elected by a direct democracy, senators were elected by their state legislatures, and presidents are elected by the Electoral College. We are devolving into a democracy because now congressmen and senators are elected by the same pool, a direct democracy. And with the national popular vote coming, we're going to be electing our president by a direct democracy to be a democracy. Originally, congressmen were elected by a direct democracy, senators were elected by their state legislatures, and presidents are elected by the Electoral College. We are devolving into elected by the same pool, a direct democracy. And with the national popular vote coming, we're going to be electing our president by a direct democracy too. Bad idea.
Bad idea. Democracy is a horrible idea. You know what I mean? What's the fast forward thing? Is this like Turncoat Tony yesterday when Matt Gatz was calling me Turncoat Tony. Is that what this is? Oh, porn. Oh, I'm fast forwarding through porn. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Apparently, the laboratory has found images of me. As breaking news. These are images of me. Here's one image here of me of Turncoat Tony fast forwarding through porn. He's turned his back on watching the entirety of the video, and he's going to fast forward. There's some more images here. Hang on. Here's me obviously sitting at this desk. You can see here that this is clearly me sitting at this desk, fast forwarding through porn here, because there's another one there. But, I can't sit and watch the whole thing, right? I don't want to watch the fucking sister fucking thing, the stepmom fucking thing. Okay, I want to fast forward through, and I want to make sure that I get to the good stuff. What are these posters on the background here? In the I have blue eyes too. I don't know how accurate these images are, but actually sitting watching porn, I guess. So don't use any of those images, you fuckers. And it would be very mean if the laboratory would post those images publicly for people. I actually like self-deprecating humor. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with people picking on me. I really am. Honestly, this one here in particular, this is a great one. Oh my God. You guys will get the fucking trolls all kinds of riled up over this fucking image. It's great. Because I used to be a kind of a chubby dude. I mean, I'm still kind of chubby. I'm not going to lie. Like I'm fluffy. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not fluffy, but I'm chubs. Right? I got some chubs going still. I'm working on it. I'm fucking working on it. I promise. I'm trying my best. But when I do get stoned, I have to be honest. I really like fucking candy. I'm a sucker for candy when I get stoned. And I just like eat a whole bag of cherry sours. You know what I mean? Oh my God. And by the time I'm done, I'm like, I want another fucking bag. So there's that. So I'm working on it, but I'm not as chubby as I used to be. But this does bring back, the good old days when I was a little heftier, if you want to say it that way. Husky? Is that a good word? Husky? Oh fuck. I'm working on it, I promise. Maybe I should make that part of the Patreon too, where you guys following me in my journey not to have Dunlap. You know what Dunlap is, and that's what this Tony here, this turncoat Tony has her. His belly is Dunlapped over his belt. So, or his dick. All right, back to serious business, goddammit. They're trying to destroy our democracy. They're trying to destroy our democracy. We're trying to have that. And not only are they trying to destroy our democracy, but they're trying to convince large swaths of people out there that we don't have a democracy and we weren't intended to be a democracy. Well, unbeknownst to this stupid son of a bitch, that in the 17th Amendment, we actually did away with the whole we appoint senators with our state legislatures. And the idea that people wouldn't, again, you got to think about this. This woman is advocating to go back and get rid of the 17th Amendment. Well, what's an amendment that comes after the 17th Amendment? The 19th Amendment. So I'm sure she would say that she doesn't want to fucking vote either because she's a woman. You can't trust her to vote. She's a woman. She's a woman, for crying out loud. You can't be trusting them women to vote. Holy shit. Would just be blasphemy to be letting wowmans votes. You know what I mean? But, it always falls deaf ears on these son of a bitches. I was on Hal's show last night too. And I don't mean to skip around, but I do want to point this out since we were talking about porn and fast forwarding through porn and Dennis Prager's little rant there on how he wants to fuck his sister. That's what I think he's saying. I think Dennis Prager is saying that he wants to fuck his sister. I don't know how many sisters Dennis Prager has. I'm not really sure. I have no idea. But I think he's saying he wants to fuck his sister. But these guys are terrified of porn. And it may be because they believe that porn is real. That may be where they're at. Now, you guys have heard of, I think his name John McAtee? Isn't that fucking asshole's name? He makes these vile fucking TikTok videos where he's like, if a woman gets raped, is she actually raped? Or is it that she's pretending to be raped? I'm not kidding you. Some of the videos are even more vile than that. McAtee. Yes, McEntee. I think that's his fucking name, isn't it? I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me do some investigating here. I don't want to get his name. Actually, I do want to get his name wrong. You know me and names. I like to get them wrong intentionally. It's one of my things. I don't know if this is this guy's name. Who is this fucking slug bucket? Hang on. Here, let me show you. He's on some weird ass podcast here. It's this fucking asshole right here. Now, he's working with Project 2025. Okay. And what he's doing for Project, is this John McAtee? Is that who this is? Shuby? Is this the John McAtee that I'm thinking of? Is this the guy? I believe that's who the fuck this is. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. Here, hang on. Let me go look this guy up. Because I think that's who this guy is. He's John McEntee, and he has some. And he was actually in the January 6th select. Yes, that's him. This is him. Here, let me show you him here on his deposition for the select committee. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this or not. I don't know how good of a clip this is, but let's listen.
Sadness over the violence? No, I mean, I think he was shocked by, it getting a little out of control, but I don't remember sadness specifically.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't sad. Trump wasn't sad. Fuck, he wanted the violence. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's the same guy. Now, this guy was in charge at the end of the Trump administration to purge people who weren't pro-MAGA out of the Trump administration, who were, but what I mean by that is people who were believing that Trump actually lost. They believe the facts, like the real facts. Here. Yes. Here's this fucking asshole. Here he is right here. Here he is. Listen, watch this.
Since it's January 6th, I just have a few questions about how insurrections work. Do the police usually...
What about erections? Do you have questions about how erections work? Because I would assume that you would have questions about that. But go ahead with the insurrection thing. Let's hear what dumbass shit you have to say.
Let the people in as they try to overthrow the government? And do terrorists always walk through the rope and stanchion as they defile the seat of democracy? Also, do insurrectionists usually come unarmed? And is there always a tour guide?
He's so funny with his lies, isn't he? Fucking asshat. Yes, that's this guy, John McAtee. Guess what? Guess who is in charge of staffing our government for Project 2025? That asshole. That's right. That motherfucker right there. That motherfucker right there is the one in charge of staffing Trump's administration for Project 2025. That's who's in charge of it. Who was in charge of purging the Trump administration of the people who believed that Donald Trump had actually lost, because he did lose. That's who this guy is. Now listen to what he wants to do with porn. Take a listen.
I work for the Heritage Foundation on their Project 2025, which is in charge of staffing the next administration should Trump win.
What he wants to do is he wants to round up a bunch of fucking Nazis and know who the Nazis are. That way they can install the Nazis into our bureaucracy. That way it's a Nazi fascist state. Yuck. All right. Keep going.
You know, there are things that have made it
how do I say it without saying the Nazi part out loud? Let's see. How do I say that without saying the Nazi part out loud? Let me see. Keep going.
I don't want to say this.
Get your fucking thoughts together, fuck.
Like banning pornography.
Yeah, let's go with that
right?
one.
Like
yeah, let's go with that one. Banning pornography. Let's do that. Let's do that, Johnny boy. Let's hear how you feel about pornography. I'm sure you jerk off to enough trans porn for all of us to fucking jerk ourselves off into a coma. But go ahead.
That has created such a culture of like hypersexualization in men where they don't want to settle down, where they think they can have
Oh my fucking God. I can't even believe that this fucking little shit here, is he's everything that happens is a victim to men. Men are, look at me, I'm a white man and I'm a victim. I have fell prey, I say. I have fell prey to pornography. Get the fuck out of here with this nonsense. What the fuck are you talking about? The over-sexualization of men? Have you ever watched fucking porn, dude? Well, straight porn. Have you ever watched straight porn, John? Huh? The over-sexualization of men? I think you're missing who the fucking target audience of most porn is. You fucking bonehead.
a variety where they, like, if that happened, people would naturally be like, oh, I want this woman. And, you know, like that sort of thing, like it's probably radical. People like, what? This guy's trying to ban porn. You know, it's like, all right. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a little extreme to want to ban porn. It's really stupid. Honestly, pornography and finding women attractive for men, right? And sexual and hypersexualizing anything is like the oldest occupation on earth. Dumb fuck. And by God, sex work is work, motherfucker. Because what this asshole truly wants, is he wants the sex workers to be in the dark alleys again. That's what they want. They don't want to not have access to fucking porn. They don't want to not have access to the freedom to do what they want to do. This is more of laws for thee, not for me, is what this shit is. And the reason why is because they don't want women. They don't want women to explore their sexuality. That's what they're against. That's what this fucking piece of shit motherfucker is against, is women exploring their sexuality. And the other thing that he doesn't like is he doesn't like the fact that there's porn for everyone. They fucking hate that. That's one thing they fucking despise, is that, whoa. You mean I go to a porn website and I start scrolling and all of a sudden I see a really hot woman. I click on that porn and I'm jerking it. Like I'm beating it like it fucking owes me money. And I'm ready. Oh, by God, I'm ready to come. And then I find out she has a dick. Does that make me gay? And they get all insecure and they get all fucking weird about it. Dude, it's sex, right? It's nudity. It's all right. Everyone's got a body. Everyone's got a nude body when you take your fucking clothes off. You don't need to be ashamed of it. But that's the thing that they want. They want to control motherfuckers. They want to control you. And they definitely 100% want to control women. This is the type of fucking theocratic fascism that set Iran back 300 fucking years in the 70s, dummies. Same fucking ideas, same ideology, same fucking theocratic fascism that set them back. Iran, you know, the ones who back Hamas, who oppress the Palestinians in Gaza, who committed the terrorist attacks against the state of Israel, which probably Bibi Netanyahu probably saw coming. He probably let it happen so that way he could level Gaza because he's a piece of shit too. If you want to know the fucking truth about it. But it's the same type of theocratic fascism that set Iran back with the Ayatollah of 300 fucking years. That's what they're talking about. And this fucking guy is in charge of making sure he staffs the entire government, not appointed officials, the bureaucracy. They're going to fire and they're going to execute the jobs of all the bureaucrats that work in our government so that they can erect a theocratic fascist state. That is what they want. It is the reason why I have high concern on these campuses that these theocratic fascists are parading around as leftists protesting, because they're not. They are not leftists protesting. There may be some leftists protesting and peacefully protesting, but the ones breaking into these buildings, they're theocratic fascists just like this fucking asshole. Asshat. But this is who John McAtee is. I mean, you can believe me or not. Do I have to show you other clips of this asshole being an asshole before you believe me? All right, let's do that. I'm excited about this. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited if I can find some videos here of this asshole making TikToks. You're going to love this guy's TikToks. Oh, my God. You're going to love him so fucking much. He is such a scumbag asshole. Like, just fucking repulsive. Just repulsive. Here, let me show you this. Here's the guy. Here he is. There you go. Here's another one. And he's always eating. He's always eating in these fucking TikToks when he says this stupid shit, right? And this is enragement farming, if you want to call it that. And it's engagement farming. Engagement farming. Here we go. Listen up.
If you say Palestinians deserve a homeland just for themselves, you're woke. But if you say white people deserve a homeland just for themselves, you're racist?
I'm woke as fuck, dude. I'm all the way awake, you dumb son of a bitch. And I have never said that Palestinians deserve their own state in and of themselves and no one else can come in and no one can go out. That's what Hamas wants. Hamas is not woke, you dumb motherfucker. You're on the side of Hamas. They are theocratic fascists. They just subscribe to a different theology than you do, dumb motherfucker. But it's the same theocratic fascism. Same stuff, just different God. I don't know if you know that, you fucking asshat. Yeah, I knew you enjoyed this guy. All right, let's see if we can find some more of how much of a scumbag John McAtee is. Now, I want to make sure that we also point out that we should keep tabs on this subbitch. Oh, man, I hope we keep tabs on this motherfucker. Yeah, we should keep tabs on him and get the clips of this son of a bitch that's trying to ban porn. Oh, my God, you're going to love this fucking cocksucking son of a bitch. Oh, yeah, you're going to love this motherfucker. He's a truly the biggest piece of shit you can find. Let me see if I can find some more clips of this piece of trash. Does he have a Twitter account? Please tell me he has. Oh, man. There's a couple John McAtees that have Twitter accounts. Ooh, man, I'd change my fucking name. At this point, now that this guy is on our radar and we're going to go after this son of a bitch, I would change my fucking name. And I would change my account. I definitely would not have that fucking name at the top of my account. He doesn't have a Twitter. I know he's got a TikTok. And he says this crazy shit on TikTok. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. I know someone who's done some videos about this fucking asshole. Tizzy Entertainment has done some videos about this guy. Let me see if I can find a video that he did about him. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let's see. How do I search? Ah, fuck. I totally want videos of this son of a bitch now. Here we go. All right. I'm getting loose on the fucking videos. Let's do this. Let's put a pin in this and let's find some videos. Let's get the audience involved here. Find the best fucking videos you can find of John McAtee being a complete fucking dirtbag. Just a fucking dirtbag of dirtbag. I mean, I'm not really offending dirtbags when I'm saying this. Go out and find your best John McAtee video. Grab that link, wherever that link is, and go put that shit in Discord. That's right. Go put it in the fucking Discord. Go to theTonyMicheals.com, join the Discord, go put those fucking links in the Discord, and your clip that you find that you scoured the internet for just may get played on this show. And I'll give you credit if we play that clip. And we going after that some bitch. John McAtee. What a band porn. What an asshole. All right. I wish I had access, like at my fingertips, to the clip of I showed it a while back where this incel type dude is talking about how when you watch porn, it makes you start watching more porn. And then when you watch more porn, you start to see the dicks in porn. And then you start to like the dicks in porn. And then you start to watch gay porn. And then you start to watch gay porn, but you start to watch trans porn. And then it makes you start to realize that you're gay. And he thinks that porn makes you gay. He thinks that porn makes you gay. All right. So let's go to, yeah, fuck it. Let's go to the courtroom. Let's see what Grandpa Icebox said this morning about the courtroom. Let's listen to him, bitch.
So I'm going to go into this trial. I'm going to sit in a freezing cold icebox for 8 hours, 9 hours or so.
Stop breaking the law, asshole. I mean, like, what are you? I mean, dude, just don't fucking break the law. That would be cool. If you didn't break the law, then you wouldn't have to sit in a cold ass courtroom. And wear a fucking coat. I don't know. Wear a goddamn coat. Most people who go to a really cold room and they're really fucking cold, they gotta put on the coat. Yes, this is Trump crack. This is the Trump crack part of the show. I'm sorry. We got to throw the Trump crack out every once in a while for all you crackheads out there. There's a lot of crackheads. Oh, fuck. Yeah, there's a lot of goddamn Trump crackheads out there. They love this shit. I'm not kidding. It's a fucking thing. It's a fucking thing. Trump crack. It's fucking real. You go to the Discord server and ask in the Gen Pop room, ask if Trump crack is real. And I guarantee there's going to be a dozen people that are going to show you proof that it's fucking real. Anytime we put out any kind of content, any of it. Why do you think I make this fucking whiny little bitch the at the center of the fucking thumbnail every day? Is because it's real. You may not think it's real, but it's real. And you like the Trump crack. Trust me, you can Trump crack. You love it. Don't deny it. You're a crackhead. It's okay. That's the first step to recovery, is to admit that you're a recovering Trump crack addict. Okay. And I know that you have a lot of challenges as you're trying to wade through your addiction to the Trump crack. But we're here for you. And this is an intervention. Listen, I would love not to have to show that son of a bitch on the show ever again. Oh, fuck. I cannot wait till the day to where he is a distant fucking memory. And we laugh that we had to cover him so much. Oh, you remember that? Ha, 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 ha. He was such a shit box. Ha, 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 ha. I can't believe we did that shit for years and years on end. Ha, 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 ha. Theron says on Discord, says, tell people to come find me and I'll educate them about Trump crack. Are you Theron is apparently the Discord's Trump crack dealer. He's like, look, man, you want some Trump crack? I got some Trump crack for you. I got the crack for you. I got it right here. I got it right here. I got all the crack. I got the best crack. It is the best crack. He says, no, he's not the dealer. He is the resident specialist on the Trump crack, though. So get over to the Discord server, and I promise you, it is a real fucking thing. And we have internal evidence that shows that it's a real thing. Speaking of Trump crack, Newsmax has Biden crack, because Biden crack is the same thing. They have an addiction to Biden crack. I do not, and our audience typically does not have a dark Brandon crack addiction. Okay, but Brandon crack is real too on the right. It's like Trump crack is an addiction on the left. Biden crack, Brandon crack is an addiction on the left. Here's Eric Bolden on Newsmax commentating on how Joe Biden eats his salad. I'm not kidding you. This is fucking real. This is not made up. This is not AI. At least I don't believe that it is. I have no evidence that it's AI. I think this is real. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Maybe it is AI. I don't know. You determine. Let's see.
President of the United States, the man with the nuclear codes at his fingertips, grappling with a bowl of lettuce. He can barely feed himself. Let's watch this for a second. This isn't slowed down. This isn't edited. This is Joe trying to eat a bite of salad.
This is fucking real, man. This is the groundbreaking content they have on Newsmax on Eric Bolden's show. And this guy used to be on Fox News, but they fired him from Fox News, so he had to go to Newsmax, of course. And Eric here, I've talked to Eric in a Twitter space before. I've been in conversations with him, unfortunately, and he's just as stupid on the Twitter spaces as he is on his show, because he's an ignorant individual. But here he is, and they have, the producers of the show apparently have made it to where Eric Bolling has to evaluate a fucking video of Donald Trump eating a salad. Let's continue. Oh man, it's great stuff.
Just watch.
Yeah, we're watching, motherfucker.
Just watch.
It looks like he's eating food.
Nuclear code.
Look. Do you see that? He got salad on his fork and lifted it to his mouth. And he put it in his mouth. And he did it carefully because he's got a tuxedo on and the motherfucker's got to speak. And he didn't want salad all over the front of him. What the fuck are you people talking about? Just because this guy doesn't wolf down the salad like Donald Trump wolfs down Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Big Mac doesn't mean that he's not capable of being president of the United States. And by the way, he is old. He's old. He's fucking old, people. But, you know, with age comes wisdom and it comes experience. And let me tell you something. The motherfucker's experienced enough to know not to get salad on your goddamn tuxedo before you're about to go in front of the entire nation and make jokes about Donald Trump being a 6-year-old because you're 80. He's 6. Because that's what he did. Oh, my God. This is their fucking evidence that Joe Biden can't be president, is that this guy can't eat his food. Hey, Fuckstain, your guy's complaining that it's cold in a room. Put a fucking coat on, bitch. Where's that evaluation, right? Like, am I sitting here like, look at Donald Trump. He's freezing in the room. Look at him. He's freezing. How could he be president of the United States? Freezing in a room. I don't think Trump farting. I don't think Donald Trump falling asleep to some boring ass fucking criminal trial where he paid hush money payments to shut up a porn star, speaking of banning porn, because his porn star wife was at home with her 10-day-old baby. I don't think any of that disqualifies him being president. I think it makes him a whiny little bitch, and I think it makes people like Eric here fucking hypocrites. But besides that, you know, keep going.
That's the president of the United States. The man who's going to push back on Russia, China, North Korea. Are you kidding me? He can't even take a bite of his own salad.
He acts like there's like 4 nurses standing around him, spoon feeding him, putting it in a blender so he can drink it out of a straw or some shit. What the fuck are you talking about, man? He's carrying on a conversation with the person next to him. He's trying not to get the shit all over the front of him so he doesn't look like a fucking slob. He doesn't wolf down his food. That makes him not qualified to be president of the United States. Well, you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm 100% okay with Joe Biden being careful when he's eating his salad and his roll. This is real. This is fucking real. They actually did this on Newsmax. Eric, you need to get a fucking life, dude. It's really fucking pathetic. Like, very pathetic. And dude, just come talk to me. I'll let you know what you should. You can just run it by me. Like, should I be, commentating on how Joe Biden can't eat his salad, even though he's actually eating his salad? Should I be doing that? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, maybe compare a former president with your guy, who is also an ex-president, on how they handle, tough moments. Maybe do that. Maybe compare those two.
Myself, I know it's not. Great.
Look at him. Look at him. Oh, my God. This was the president of the United States. I can't believe that this is the president of the United States. Look at him. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. The toilet paper was on his heel. Look at him. Look at him. He must have had his diaper changed, and the baby wipes, they stuck to his heel. Oh, my God. He shouldn't be president of the United States. Look at this buffoon. Look at this guy. He cannot walk up the stairs without the baby wipe getting on his heel. Oh, my God. He can't walk up the stairs for the plane for Air Force One without farting. Look at him. Look. Oh, my God. And president of the United States. Same energy, Eric. Same energy. Oh, my God. All right. Is that a good more Trump crack for you? There's some more Trump crack for you, you fucking crackheads. That's right. You're a bunch of fucking crackheads. All right. I do want to point out our friend of the show, AP. I'm trying to find it here. I thought I had it close. Our friend AP, she actually encountered at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Speaking of the White House Correspondents' the White House Correspondents' Dinner, our friend AP, the Anarchy Princess, Peter Navarro's arch nemesis, she ran into Caitlyn Jenner at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's kind of a funny clip. She was recording it as well. And I think I have it here if I can find it. Oh, boy, if I can find it. If I can find it here, I'll show you that AP encountered her. Do we have that fucking link? Jesus Christ. All right, here, I'll play some Trump crack in the meantime. You want some more Trump crack? Here's some more Trump crack.
It's always. It's always.
Oh, you getting tired of that Trump crack? Here, I got some more Trump crack for you. Just to prove that Trump crack's real. These are some of our hottest videos. I'm dead serious. These are some of our hottest videos out there. And the reason why there are our hottest videos out there is because the Trump crack is real. That's the reason why. Here's another piece of Trump crack. Here, I'll show it to you. Here you go. Here's some more.
Stating their physical appearance and ultimately performing surgery. Can you believe this? Stating their physical appearance and ultimately performing surgery. Can you believe this? Stating their physical appearance and ultimately.
I can't find this fucking AP. This AP video. I don't know why. Why the fuck am I not finding the link? Someone throw the link in the fucking Discord, if nothing else. Jesus Christ. Why can't I get this thing? I thought we had this on our account. Maybe it was Anarchy Princess that tagged me in it. I don't know. I thought I had it retweeted too. And usually if I got stuff retweeted, it's easy to find because it's right on my feed. I can just put it right on the show. But I'm not getting there. So, all right, we'll move on. All right, we got someone going on here. Listen, if you're going to put it in a chat, if you're going to put a link in the chat, you got to have it in the chat or I can find it easy. That's right. Let's move on. I want to show the fucking AP clip, though. It's funny as shit. But, sometimes you don't get what you want. Speaking of not getting what you want, let's move on here. Speaking of not getting what you want, there's the theocratic fascists, the anti-Semites, who are breaking into university buildings. That's right. They're breaking into university buildings. I don't know what to tell you. This is not my decision to present it this way. They have decided to make themselves not peaceful protesters anymore. Now, this is not a scene from January 6th. Look. So there you go. There they are breaking in. Now, I'm not saying that these are the peaceful protesters. I'm not saying that this may be the outside agitation that I was talking about earlier. It makes me super suspicious, right? Because of all the anti-Semitism that is coming from this movement, from these protests, right? And the hatred of Jewish people. You are not peaceful, all right? It's not peaceful to be ostracizing and to be calling for genocide for a certain group of people and for them to go back where they came from. It makes me really suspicious that these people showing up at these universities with these head coverings on and stuff, it makes me really fucking wonder who's underneath those head covers. Doesn't it you? I mean, I could see neo-Nazis really hating Hamas, right? Mortal enemies. But with the same end, right? They want theocratic fascism. They just want their style of theocratic fascism. These white Christian nationalists want their style of theocratic fascism. They don't want any competition. They can't have competition. Why would you want competition when it came to power and rule? It's the whole point of power in the first place, especially white power. You know what I mean? You don't want that brown power if you're looking for white power. Two different things, you know what I mean? I mean, they're the same kind of shit. Because theocratic fascism is theocratic fascism. But they are kind of one and the same animal. They are kind of one and the same animal, but they're mortal enemies all at the same time. Listen to this guy.
You get up and say you're giving billions of dollars to those people for humanitarian aid, and you think we're not smart enough to know that if you're sitting there and you're a terrorist organization running the Gaza Strip, if you send in $1 billion of humanitarian aid, that frees us up to use $1 billion to do something else.
All right. So this is a right-wing pastor. This guy's a white Christian nationalist. He's a what would claim to be a Christian Zionist. His name is Jason Rappert. He's really pissed off over the fact that U.S. is providing humanitarian aid. He's really mad that they're getting humanitarian aid. And the reason why is because he thinks that if the humanitarian aid goes to the people of Gaza who are suffering under the bombardment from the fascist Bibi Netanyahu, right? That they're devils somehow, and they're evil. It's evil to give humanitarian aid to children in Gaza.
You are lying devils, and you're evil.
Yeah. Okay.
That money that you put, any money that
it is evil. It is evil. You hear that from white Christian nationalists? To save the children, motherfuckers, to give humanitarian aid. To give humanitarian aid. To give humanitarian aid to children in Gaza. You know, like food, water, that sort of shit. That sort of shit. The tweet was taken down. The tweet was taken down. Are you serious? What the fuck? They took the tweet down? Nah, those motherfuckers. Elon, you son. That's why I can't find the AP tweet. They took the fucking AP tweet down. What the fuck? All right, well. Go ahead. Let's finish this guy and then we'll sort that out.
you send to terrorist organizations. And
oh my God. Okay. I know that Hamas is a terrorist organization, right? I get it. And this is where we get in difficult territory when dumb motherfuckers are allowed to say shit into microphones. This is where we get in this situation where there's too much speech and not enough fucking brains to the operation. All right. So Hamas is the oppressor in Gaza, and Hamas is the quote-unquote government that runs the Gaza Strip. It has for quite some time. The last election that they had in the city or in the Gaza Strip, they actually elected Hamas to be their leaders, and the first order of business of Hamas was to get rid of the rest of the elections. Seems pretty democratic to me. Not. But this guy is claiming, okay, this guy is claiming that it is evil and it is vile to send humanitarian aid to children because he is conflating children in Gaza, Palestinian children in Gaza, as terrorist, which, I mean, I guess they're being taught a theocratic, fascist, terrorist type ideology, right, under Hamas. And that's what I say we need to free Palestinians from Hamas. And really, we need to free them from the theocratic, fascist world of the Middle East. It's probably what we need to do. We did find it. Where the fuck was it? All right. I got it for you here. We got it for you. We got it now. All right. But this guy wants to upend humanitarian aid to children because it's evil.
And those that support them is being turned around and used against innocent people.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's it. That's right. Water and food that's being sent to children of Palestine, right? The children in Gaza, the bread and water that is being sent to them is somehow being turned around and launched back at the people. is killing Americans. That bread and that water is killing Americans.
Joe Biden, Kamala Harris,
Joe
Nancy
Biden.
Pelosi, Chuck Schumer,
Yeah.
Rashid Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, the whole cotton picking bunch of you, as we say in the South.
The whole cotton picking bunch. What? Huh? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Should resign and get out of the U.S. government. You have no place of authority. You have
actually they do. See, friend, we elected into those places of authority. This is why we cannot let November get out of our sights. We got to make sure that we are doing a really good job to keep the porn banning, book burning, puppy killing, cousin fucking fascist out of our government. And how we do that as the pro-democracy coalition is we go pile them under mountains of votes. That's how we do it. That's how we would do that. We would go make sure that we get everyone to the poll, make sure our registrations are straightened. If we want to vote by mail, if we want to vote early, if you want to vote on an absentee ballot, make sure you fucking do that. That's how you change government. Not to demand because they're evil and vile for sending children in Gaza humanitarian aid so that they can drink water and eat food. Jesus Christ, I'm not even for starving Hamas. Well, I should maybe you should rethink that. But children in Gaza, it's evil and vile. All right. They're against humanitarian aid. They're against it. They're against humanitarian aid. They're children hating, book burning, Bible thumping, cousin fucking, puppy killing, MAGA fascist. It just stack it. These Cheeto humping fuck nuggets. Jesus Christ. All right. I found this. The team has found this AP clip. I don't know why it was hidden. I don't know why they have hidden this clip. And really, honestly, this makes me wonder. Oh, I know why. Nope. I'm going to show you why. You want to see why? I'm going to show you a little lesson. I'm going to give you a lesson in tweeting right now. For those of you who don't know, we have a podcast account on Twitter. Here it is. Here's the podcast account. It's the Tony Micheals Podcast. It's at Tony Micheals Pod. And it's on Twitter. I have the Tony Micheals. Okay, that's my personal account, and then Tony Micheals Pod. And let me tell you a little story. If you aren't following my account, the Tony Micheals, on Twitter and at Tony Micheals Pod, you're missing out on a ton of content. A ton of content that goes along with this show. You're missing out on it. And I know a lot of people don't like Twitter and blah, 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 yakety schmackety, but I like Twitter. And not that I like Twitter. I like how Twitter used to be. I long for the day that Elon has to fucking divest in Twitter and sell it because it's about to go bankrupt, and it saves it and somehow Twitter comes back. It's just a fantasy of mine because it's the way that I like the social media. It is my way I like the social media. And I understand if you don't want, like Pat Bronte here says, I don't use shitter. I don't use shitter. I understand. I get it. But if you don't use it and you won't use it, refuse to use it, you are missing my content. Just going to be. All right. So this tweet here shows a video that our friend AP took of Caitlyn Jenner and her girlfriend, is it Sophie? Sophie Hutchins, I think is what it is. I think that's her name, Sophie Hutchins. We played her the other day on the show. She's a MAGA trans person, which is really kind of weird. And it's weird that Caitlyn Jenner is a MAGA trans person as well. And Caitlyn Jenner is a trans woman who advocates for women not to participate in men's sports, and she plays in men's golf tournaments. It's kind of weird, the hypocrisy that MAGA displays, right out front, but it's not surprising. But let me give you a little lesson on how to tweet. All right. If you are going to use a handle at the front of a tweet, right? Okay. Which, when this was loaded to be tweeted, and I didn't personally tweet this, the team tweeted this, which they are doing a fantastic job. But I'm giving the audience here an idea on a way to tweet, because I get this a lot. Sometimes people will tweet and they want me to see something, but they want the world to see that I'm seeing it, right? The only way to actually make the world see a tweet that you are tweeting, and not just the person that you're posting their handle, is you have to put characters in front of their handle. What a lot of people will do is they'll put like a period in front of the handle. And then what that does is it doesn't just send it to this person. So this tweet here was sent, and this was probably a clerical error on our team's part, but I'm going to give you a lesson in this here, because I want you to understand how social media works and how Twitter works. This is important, because if you're tweeting this for the world to see, you wouldn't want to just post AP's handle at the beginning. You'd want to put a period in front of it. That's why we can't see it on our timeline. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go boom and boom and then retweet it. And I'm going to retweet it. That way you can see it on my profile. But here's the video. I'm going to show you the video. This is Caitlyn Jenner drunk off her ass outside the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here it is.
Are you drunk, Caitlyn? I said, is Caitlyn drunk? Drunk. She's stumbling in her heat. Jenner can go fuck herself. Wasted. Please don't kill anybody again.
Oh, God damn. Our friend AP handing it straight to Caitlyn Jenner and telling her to stick it straight up her ass. Holy shit. I'm so glad we got that clip. Thank you for the team finding that clip and getting it to me so that we can play that clip.
Are you drunk, Caitlyn?
Oh, it's playing again. I really like that clip. I love that clip. My friend AP, our friend AP here at the show, doing such a great job. Just fucking dunking her in the goddamn trash. Dunking her in the fucking... See it, just like we dunk all these fascists in the trash every single weekday, Monday through Friday. I am kind of disappointed. My guest wasn't able to make it today. He's feeling a little under the weather, and he couldn't get his voice going. So we'll get him back on some other time. It was Black Knight on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, you should go follow him on Twitter. He's feeling a little under the weather today, so we weren't able to get him on. I was hoping that he might be able to. He said he might, but he wasn't able to get his voice going. And on a show like this, you should probably have your voice about you. So we'll get him on next week. We do have a guest on Thursday, as you guys know, Cliff Schechter, and tomorrow, same time, same place. Make sure you go to thetonymicheals.com, though, and you follow us on Twitch. That is what you're going to want to do. Go to Twitch, link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, get commercial-free viewing over there. Also, make sure to sign up for a membership at Patreon. You get 10% off if you pay for the whole year. You get 10% off. And go join the Discord server. It's free. It's free. So go to thetonymicheals.com, click all the links. You can always find the current episode at the very top. Just click the thumbnail, and it's usually Trump crack. That's right. I give you your daily dose of Trump crack right at the very top of thetonymicheals.com. So go there and click all the clicky things, the clicky clicks and the clicky things. Same test tomorrow. I promise I'll be here. You'll be here. Surf's up, motherfuckers.
You've been listening to the Tony Micheals Podcast. In your face commentary of current events and political news. No rules, no boundaries. I think we've made that perfectly clear. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back soon. In the meantime, follow Tony on social media at The Tony Micheals. And until next time, raise a fist and repeat after me. Fuck 'em.
Murphy's Mule Barn, FattAss speaking.
By the way, God is far right. Never forget it. He doesn't just come and say, oh, well, you know what? If you decide two men, you want to be married and you really love each other, I'll give you a pass. He said, no, marriage is between one man and one woman. That's red. That's called conservative. That's called righteous. Narrow road. It's not wide road. And let me say this, by the way, any politician that's watching, let me tell you something. The liberal left, they're not purple. They love the fact that they're blue. And boy, not just blue, they are dark, black, evil. That way, God is
Fellow patriots, we the people have won yet again, and the corrupt and tyrannical Nassau County government. The two criminal cases against me have been dismissed. What's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today's video is extremely special. Our massive wins in Nassau County. Both of the criminal cases against me have been dismissed. None of this is possible without each and every one of you. Your support means the absolute world to me. This also wouldn't be possible without my friend and attorney, Jacob Uriel. Jacob, how are you? Thank you for joining me today.
I'm well, Sean. It's good to see you. I'm doing well.
Great, great. So I wanted to just get it right into it. I got my camera footage from the arrest. My property was returned to me. That's a story in and of itself, but that's for another video. So let's take a look at the couple minutes it took for me to get unlawfully arrested at the Nassau County Department of Health and Human Services. Gentlemen, so I normally don't return and do a revisit so quickly, but Officer Keller basically challenged me to come back here, that I wouldn't be able to record and exercise my constitutional rights peacefully. I told you I'd be back. Captain?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Sir?
Here you go. You might want to read that.
What is
you're not
this?
allowed the video here.
Are you here
It's a
to
non-public
do service? You applying today?
Well, yeah, I'm here to conduct business, correct.
You're applying today?
Can I get your name and badge number? You weren't here yesterday.
Counselor, COWCER.
I got you, Keller.
All right.
4223.
4223? Gotcha.
So nothing's changed. You're not applying today?
Well, I'm here to conduct business, constitutionally protected business, yeah.
Well, this is the this is a non-public forum, so you can't record in here. As I said yesterday, okay?
I can record in here for
No,
sure.
You cannot record in here.
I can.
So I'm giving you a lawful order that you can't. If you're going to continue to record, then
What would I be arrested for? Recording?
no, you're going to be trespassing.
Trespassing without breaking any laws.
Yeah, you are. Because it's a public welfare facility, like I told you yesterday.
So what is this? Is this a law?
I'm not going to get into it with you. Are you going to stop recording, or are you going to leave?
Can you tell me what this is?
Okay, stop. Play and play back.
So that is the minute and 30-second arrest footage. The rest of the footage, we do have the body camera footage that was given to us as a part of discovery, and I will be sharing that with each and every one of you. As you all know, I was under court order not to share any of the body camera footage I received. I was also under 8 orders of protection from law enforcement and government officials. Those orders have been vacated, and I did receive my property back, as I stated earlier. So let's go ahead, Jacob, and let's pull up the actual order from the court. So this is from the District Court of Nassau County. So there's 2 docket numbers here because there was 2 cases. One where we just watched, I was arrested at the Department of Social Services, and the other one where I was surreptitiously recording inside of the Department of Social Services, and Police Commissioner Patrick Psycho Ryder sent plainclothes officers to my home across county lines, tried to run me off the road, and intimidated my family at my home. Speaking of that, I just released the video of the billboard truck, so stay tuned to the end where I was peacefully protesting in Nassau County. I might be facing some legal consequences as a result of that protest, but stay tuned to the end for more information on that. So let's take a look at this order. Law 170.3, alleging the instruments are facially insufficient. The district attorney opposes the application. Well, of course they do. The defendant correctly points out that the charge of violating 140.10 is facially insufficient. The statutory scheme under Penal Law 140 is that the crimes get progressively more serious, beginning with Penal Law 140.05, which only requires a person knowingly enters or remains unlawfully in or upon the premises, which include a building. 140.10 requires an additional element that the building entered be fenced or otherwise enclosed in order to raise the offense from a violation to a Class B misdemeanor. People v. Moore. Here, the factual allegations do not establish each of the necessary elements to establish a violation of 140.10 in either docket, since there is no allegation that the building entered by the defendant is fenced or enclosed. In accordance with Moore, the accusatory instrument is facially insufficient. Therefore, the motion to dismiss both of the charges of Penal Law 1 is granted. In light of the dismissal of the consolidated charges, the remaining requests for relief are denied as moot. This constitutes the decision in order of the court, so ordered Judge David Goodsell. Shout out to Judge Goodsell for honoring his oath to the United States Constitution and New York state law and dismissing both the criminal cases against me. All right, Jacob, you've been working very hard on this case for the last 8 months. What is your reaction to this decision by Judge Goodsell?
Well, obviously, Sean, I think it's the right decision. It follows the law. And I think it also reinforces the idea that for a lot of your audience, that the courts do work. I mean, we have 2 judges in 2 very different counties who both, for slightly different reasons, found that the charges against you couldn't go forward. And to me, that's reassuring that the courts are still acting as a gatekeeper.
Right. And together, Jacob and I are 4-0. These are 2 charges that we beat, as well as the two Brooklyn charges. So we are 4-0. So Jacob, you've been invaluable to my defense. I truly appreciate you. You've become a personal friend of mine, very knowledgeable of the law. Practices in New Jersey and New York. If you ever need an attorney, make sure you contact Jacob. Jacob, I just wanted to ask you another question about the order. Facially insufficient. What does that mean? Can you explain that to our viewers?
Sure. So when somebody's charged with a crime in New York, there's what's called an accusatory instrument. It's a document that lays out what the charges are. If that document doesn't actually make out a crime, then the case doesn't go forward, right? There's no trial, there are no hearings. The document is facially, meaning just on its face, is insufficient to lay out a crime. And in this case, let me bring that back. Sometimes that happens because the prosecutor forgets to put information that they should have put into an accusatory instrument. In some cases like this one, the prosecutor did put as much information as they had. I mean, they had the accusatory instrument being the criminal complaint. They also had appended a bunch of supporting depositions that were very, very detailed. So in this case, more so than even in Brooklyn, the prosecutor laid everything out. So in this case, it sort of does imply that there is no legal sufficiency to that charge, even granted all the evidence that the DA did get to put in. So it's not like they just forgot something.
Question. So therefore, there was no probable cause for for any of these arrests, were there?
Well, I'll tell you this. Could there have been probable cause for the 140.05? That's still up in the air. But as for what you were actually charged with, I don't believe there was probable cause, no.
Right, because I was charged with 140.10, two charges. Again, just to remind everybody out there, the first one is the video we saw earlier. The second one is when I went back to surreptitiously recording, and Patrick Ryder, the police commissioner, sent his police officers across county lines to pick me up on that warrant, and he was unsuccessful in that. So I told you earlier in the video that I released the billboard video. This has been a great week, very successful week for We the People and exercising our First Amendment rights. More charges have been dismissed. Video, I'll link it in the description, where I did the billboard truck protest in Nassau County. I just want to give you guys a little update on some concerning news. So shortly after my billboard truck peaceful protest in Nassau County, where I was protesting the corruption perpetrated by Patrick Psycho Ryder and his police department, I obtained a copy of this subpoena. This subpoena was sent to the truck driver of the billboard truck. It says, "Greetings, you are commanded to appear before the Nassau County Grand Jury on Thursday, May 9, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. as a witness in a criminal action being prosecuted by the people of the state of New York against John Doe, and that you bring the copies of the following with you: all records regarding the rental, anybody who knew about the rental, was associated with the rental in any way, details regarding payments, a copy of the rental agreement, all information concerning the time and place and return of the vehicle, copies of the driver's license, and all of the personal information that were used to secure this rental." And this was sent to the driver of the billboard truck by Dana Grossblatt. She is the bureau chief for the district attorney in Nassau. She's the one that was handling my case personally. I don't know exactly who they're investigating. I mean, if I had to guess, I would guess me. The only thing we see here is John Doe. So they're investigating John Doe in association with that billboard truck. And I can't confirm whether it's an investigation into me. I don't know who else. It's just me and the truck driver there. I don't know who else it could possibly be. But in the event, I did share this with my attorney as soon as I received it. And obviously any legal concerns. I'm going to talk to my attorney about them. And if this John Doe is indeed me and they're trying to indict me on some criminal offense, my attorney and I have submitted to the district attorney a notice to testify at the grand jury. So we will be there on May 9th in the event that this criminal investigation is into me. So, Jacob, I just wanted to talk really briefly on this. I know we don't have all the facts of this yet, but we do have some facts. We have the subpoena from the same exact attorney who was prosecuting the bureau chief, who was prosecuting the cases against me, and that was against you in court. Again, we don't have the name of the person they're investigating. It's only listed here as John Doe. If it were hypothetical, if it was me that they're investigating for the billboard truck video, the protest that I conducted in Nassau County, what are your thoughts on that?
So, again, I really don't know what this is about. As a general rule, I don't say much about grand jury cases because they are secretive, but especially ones I don't know anything about. That said, in a pure hypothetical, I think that if there was any kind of criminal investigation into what is essentially political speech, then that in of itself, even if no charges are brought, does come across as retaliatory. And also, I think it does chill the expression of free speech. So again, I'm always very cautious to make assumptions, but any type of investigation of that nature, and certainly any charges based simply on speech, would be, in my opinion, wholly unconstitutional.
Right. And I know as an attorney, you're very calculated in the things that you say, and as you should be. You've given me great advice. To me, I don't know who else it could be but me being investigated, and I don't really appreciate it at all. I think it comes off as very retaliatory to my actions that day and my protest. For example, even still going to have the same effect on the billboard truck company as to intimidate them, so that way I will have problems renting the billboard truck again. So maybe I'll just have to buy my own billboard truck. Maybe we, the people, will come together and buy our own billboard truck and have our own billboard truck company, so we can't be intimidated. But again, if it is against me, we don't know, but I suspect that it is. And, we did what we could do, was file that notice to testify if it is against me. And that's all we can do at this time until May 9th. So we find out. They didn't list the charges or anything like that. I don't know what I could possibly be charged with. I've consulted my attorney, and there's nothing I did that was illegal. I've complied with all laws. I was engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. And let's not forget that the police commissioner sent people to my home to intimidate my family and to pick me up on unlawful charges that were proven to be unlawful by a district court judge in Nassau County. So let's not forget that. Tried to run me off the road. So peacefully protesting with a billboard truck in front of his home, on his block, on his residence, and in the neighborhood, and driving it around all Nassau County for 8 hours, that's protected speech. That is 100% protected by the First Amendment. I don't know what they could be investigating me for, but I just wanted to keep each and every one of you updated that this is what's happening in Nassau County. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jacob will be with me every step of the way, and I'm up. I have the utmost confidence in Jacob's ability to represent me in any case that may be coming. Hopefully there won't be. But Jacob, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. We really been winning a lot lately, and it's a lot thanks to you. You've been working really hard behind the scenes that nobody sees. Is against me dismissed, and we're 4-0, my friend. And I hope that we don't get. Honestly, I hope we could just continue our personal relationship and not have to fight any more unlawful charges. Honestly, but I have the utmost confidence in you. If it does come up again, we the people will be victorious. I truly appreciate you. Any final thoughts, Jacob?
Well, yeah, two quick things. One, about May 9th. so just so everyone understands, that's a date for this particular evidence. That evidence is scheduled or requested for that date. That doesn't mean a grand jury will be voting on anything or hearing testimony on that date. So grand jury investigations could take a month or two. So I would just keep that in mind, that you're not going to get some sort of answer to any of this on the 9th. And even after, grand jury investigations remain sealed for sometimes for a year. So there's that.
Quick question for you, Jacob. Hate to interrupt you. Grand juries, are they usually for felony charges, or say for both? Are they used for misdemeanors? In your experience, you were a prosecutor for over a decade, so you have a lot of experience with these kinds of things.
Here's what the law is. The law is that a grand jury is necessary to move forward on a felony, but it is not only used for felonies, right? On occasion, and there's certain types of cases that I've seen where this happens, a grand jury is convened on a misdemeanor matter. And an example of a case like that may very well be a case where the DA is looking for some sort of probable cause determination, independent of themselves. You are a lot more, behind the scenes stuff, if you don't mind. You were a lot more confident that we're going to win, even though I completely believe the law's on our side. I honestly was concerned that we wouldn't win anyway, and I'm actually very pleasantly surprised that that this worked out. Yeah,
it only took 2 judges recusing themselves from my case, and the 3rd judge actually taking a look at our motion, which your motion was great. It was definitely superior to their motion. The charges were facially insufficient. They were unlawful charges, and they were dismissed. So that is the bottom line. We won. I'm super excited. When Jacob sent me the email with the judge's order, I shouted out loud, and it was just, it's great. It's great. You can't win them all, but if you're on the right side of the law, if you conduct yourself in the right way, if you have the support of we the people, and you have good attorneys surrounding you, you're going to win. And we won, Jacob. So thank you again, my friend. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you yet again from the bottom of my heart. Without your continued support, none of these victories would be possible. We, the people, have affected so much change in the last 3 years of our activism, and I'm truly humbled and honored to be a part of it. We defeated the corrupt and tyrannical Nassau County government with unlimited taxpayer resources to go against me, and we won yet again. We are currently not against us during our activism. Now we still have the Schenectady charge, which is a violation of the law. It's not a criminal charge. It's an infraction. I have court for that coming up. Stay tuned to the channel to get updates along the way on that case. Thank you again to Jacob Burial for his relentless defense of my constitutional rights. Shout out to Judge Goodsell for doing the right thing and dismissing these unlawful charges against me. We saw the order. The charges were facially insufficient. Shame on the district attorney's office and the Nassau County Police Department for taking away a law-abiding citizen's freedom and their property, and for sending your goons to my home to intimidate my family. Now I will be filing a federal lawsuit against the Nassau County government to hold them accountable for their egregious actions. You cannot just violate we the people's rights without being held accountable. This is such a special day for me. I'm so excited. We just keep winning, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all thanks to you. It's all thanks to my attorneys. They do an amazing job. We have a whole bunch of federal lawsuits in the works to hold these tyrannical government officials accountable. We will never stop exercising our First Amendment rights peacefully. We will always promote transparency and accountability in our government, and we will always fight for our rights in the court system. Win or lose, we just happened to win this time. If we would have lost, we would have appealed. but the judge did the right thing and dismissed these facially insufficient and unlawful charges. Make sure to stay tuned to the channel and have notifications turned on. I will be uploading the entire body camera footage from my unlawful arrest. You won't want to miss it. I will be keeping a very close eye on this grand jury indictment and criminal investigation into John Doe, which is most likely me. I don't see who else it could be, so I will be keeping an eye on that. Sounds like retaliation for peacefully exercising my First Amendment right. They are trying to silence me. They are trying to intimidate the billboard truck company, and I will not allow it. We will stand up to their tyranny yet again. They've already lost once, and they will lose again. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you. Thank you again. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.
What a place, what a time, what a story. It's Friday morning here.
He was front and center at CBS News. All these years later, we thought it was time for a look back. Lee Cowan traveled to Texas for a conversation with Dan Rather.
And to each of you, courage.
It's been almost 20 years.
For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting.
Since Dan Rather
Good night.
signed off from the anchor desk here at CBS News. Of the so-called Big Three TV anchormen back in the day, watched by some 50 million people a night, Rather was there the longest, almost a quarter century.
The hurricane has been hitting full force.
The operative word tonight for the war against terror here in Afghanistan is more.
When he blinked,
I climbed up the Berlin Wall.
the CBS eye did too.
CBS News election.
In his 44 years with CBS, he held every post a network reporter could. bureau chief, war correspondent,
10 years ago, there were no segregationist candidates for places in British Parliament.
foreign correspondent, White House correspondent.
Are you running for something? No, sir, Mr. President, are you?
But in 2006, a little more than a year after he stepped down from the anchor desk, Dan Rather left CBS itself.
Dan Rather was one of the great reporters of his time. Good luck, Dan. All the best.
Dan Rather, CBS News, became sort of all part of my name, a part of my identity.
And you have interviewed how many presidents?
I'd have to count everyone since Truman. Gosh.
This is the first time he's appeared on this network since.
Without apology or explanation, I miss CBS. I've missed it since the day I left there.
Even at 92, how and why he left still stings.
In the heart of every reporter worthy of the name, Lee, there's a message that news, real news, is what somebody somewhere, particularly somebody in power, doesn't want you to know. That's news.
And that's what got him into trouble.
NBC News in depth tonight. The black eye at CBS News. Today, CBS News anchor Dan Rather and the news division.
In 2004, Rather filed a report for 60 Minutes 2 that questioned George W. Bush's service record in the Texas Air National Guard.
Tonight, we have new documents and new information on the president's military service.
But the documents on which Rather and his producer based their reporting could not be later authenticated.
It was a mistake. CBS News deeply regrets it. Also, I want to say personally, directly, I'm sorry.
Was that the lowest point for you, you think?
Of course, it was the lowest point. I gave CBS News everything I had. They had smarter, better, more talented people, but they didn't have anybody who worked any harder than I did.
CBS's Lee Cowan tells us one firehouse within sight of Ground Zero has had its heart cut out.
I'd only been at CBS a few years by then, during which Dan Rather had kindly and unexpectedly taken me under his wing. He made me feel welcome.
You told me once that it's not the question, but it's the follow-up. That's
yes.
What
that's
often
true.
is more important.
I hope you will not be following up today.
Minus the suspenders and his cigars, Rather remains just as I remember him, an intently curious.
I'll bring you back in about 10. Thanks.
Thoughtful, well-read skeptic who wants nothing more than to wear out his shoe leather chasing the next headline.
What made you want to be a reporter in the first place?
You don't like know the answer to that question. All I know is it's the only thing I ever wanted to be was a reporter. And I get up every morning and as soon as my feet hit the ground, I say, where's the story?
You still do that, huh?
I do.
And it doesn't matter how big or small the audience is.
No.
Good evening from Dharamsala, India. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Welcome to Alaska.
After CBS, Rather continued to report from all over the world for several news broadcasts of his own.
We come to you tonight from the line between Israel and the occupied West Bank.
He wrote books.
And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That's exactly why I wanted to talk to you tonight.
Thank you.
Became a sought-after voice on presidential politics and found a new, younger audience on social media.
You either get engaged and you get engaged on the new terms or you're out of the game. I wanted to stay in the game.
How would you rate where we are today in journalism?
Let the record show that I paused. The people who are practicing journalism today are so much better than those of us who came up at another time. They're better educated. They're more knowledgeable about the world. They want to do the right thing. They're doing the best they can.
Take your hands off of me. Unless you intend to arrest me, don't push me, please.
In his time, he knew his best wasn't to try to be his predecessor, Walter Cronkite. Instead, he tried to be the best Dan Rather he could be,
Well, Walter, as you can see,
which came with price tags, some professional, many of them personal.
We had the assassination on Friday, the interrogation of the assassin on Saturday.
In 1963, while the nation mourned the assassination of John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Rather didn't have that luxury.
I mean, you didn't have any time to grieve yourself.
I didn't take time to grieve because I said to myself, it's my professional responsibility. And I remember calling my wife, Jean, who was in Houston at the time of the assassination. But she had cautioned me, Dan, sooner or later, You have to make room for your own emotions.
And I love my church. That's why I'm trying to show my church where they are in grave error if they accept integration.
Rather also led CBS's coverage of the civil rights movement. Those were the days he thought might define him as a reporter. But then came Vietnam.
No soldier worthy of the name will leave even a dead comrade.
You know, there's a great misunderstanding of what soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen are afraid of in war. They are afraid of dying, of course they are. But that's not what they're most afraid of. Fighting men and women are most afraid of letting down the guy to their left or the woman to their right. Race was rarely even thought of. The saying among the troops was same mud, same blood. And that's the way it was handled.
Being a hard-charging reporter doesn't mean being a heartless one. After 9/11, Rather's raw emotion reflected what we were all feeling.
Thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. We can never say that shop again.
That was all long ago. These days, you'll find him under the shade of a stately old oak, not far from his home in Austin, Texas.
Well, it's called a treaty tree, Lee.
It's outlasted Spanish conquests, the Civil War, even urban sprawl. And in its tangled branches, Dan Rather sees himself.
It can survive for these 600 years without having very deep roots.
It's a lot comparable to you. It's endurance, strength, and has been in Texas for a long time.
Yeah, I wish that were true.
He spent his career trying to put the world in context for others, penning the first draft of history in his reporter's notebook. Dan Rather knows more than anyone that the final draft, though, is up to others. And that's how it should be.
The closest you can do about legacy is not think about your work, think about what you did as a person. Those important questions of who am I? Why am I here? What can I contribute? Those are the important questions, not how well one did or didn't do as anchor and managing editor of the CBS EVUs.
And our member partners, Haishka. And next, I want to invite up Dominique and the Salish School of Spokane, the 5th and 7th graders. They're going to perform for us 2 songs with their hand drums. So everyone, Salish School.
Squeeze hamanat kin such mat maimos gachet in south chins and mat mayatin. Tali kuchalim kuch ulus apanatisloha, mi kiknia minti ilami hum brown, or kulam asil he synquinims, he chiiti synquinim, he squeeze kikini, he sasils seal. Hi, my name is Dominique Wiley Camacho. I'm a teacher at Salish School of Spokane. We're really excited to be here today and to listen to Mayor Brown speak. We're very grateful to just be here with you all. Also, we're going to sing 2 songs. The first is called the Salmon Song. Please watch the drums because there's some movement there that just kind of represents the salmon. And then our second song will be Siil, which is a song for Salish people to represent our different indigenous groups of this area. Thank you.
Ah
about one more round of applause for Dominique and the Salish School students? That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. Next, as we jump in, they're going to start to serve lunch, so don't worry, you won't go hungry. So they'll be coming around with that. As we jump in, I now want to take an opportunity to recognize our sponsors that make events like this possible. Our presenting sponsor, Numerica Credit Union, thank you. Our executive sponsor, Idaho Central Credit Union, thank you. Our major sponsor, Providence Healthcare, thank you. Our supporting sponsor, Washington State University Health Sciences Spokane, and our event sponsors, Graham Construction and Whitworth University, thank you. And our official airline sponsor, Southwest Airlines. Thank you, Southwest Airlines. It's now my pleasure to welcome up to the podium Travis Simpson, who's Numerica's Chief Retail and Digital Officer, to welcome a few words.
I'm Travis Simpson, Numerica's Chief Retail and Digital Officer. Numerica is proud to sponsor today's event because we believe in Spokane and its businesses. In fact, I've overheard the phrase, "Believe Spokane," a few times this past year. That's because my office is just down the hall from our CEO, Carla Cicero, our president and GSI's 2023 board chair, and Believe Spokane's co-chair. At Numerica, we're excited to participate in GSI's 5-year Believe in Spokane initiative to attract talented leaders and to welcome more diverse perspectives and, of course, grow our businesses. We use the same strategic mindset at Numerica to enhance lives, to fulfill dreams, and to build our community. Numerica continues to search for ways to increase access to affordable homeownership. Examples of this effort include our partnership with the City of Spokane, where we're supporting dozens of first-time down payment assistance, and through our collaboration with our nonprofit group, Village Co-Housing Works, to fund specialized, and through our continued support for Habitat for Humanity. At Numerica, we're proud to invest in brighter futures in stronger communities. I'd like to play a video to celebrate our commitment to enhancing lives, building dreams, and our supporting our community. Thank you, GSI, for bringing us together today, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Travis, and thank you, Numerica Credit Union. I'm Gary. I'm the Economic Development Guy for Greater Spokane.
Lisa Poplawski-Lewis, Vice President of Development and Partnership. Thanks for being here today.
So, Lisa, it's been a long time since we've been up here. So folks know we kind of do the airline giveaway. And after we do this, as I go out to the crowd, people are like, Gary, you and Lisa are awesome. You're okay. You know, but we were told people really, really miss us.
I don't know if anyone's really saying that they really miss us. I think they miss the Southwest e-pass that they get, which is a round trip ticket for
Well, let's ask. So how many people miss Lisa and Gary? Round of applause. Decent. How many people miss the Southwest Airlines ticket giveaway? Oh, I feel, thank you. I feel like that was roughly equal.
I feel like we're good.
Yes.
We don't need to give out the passes.
Yeah, folks okay with, no, we should do that.
Okay.
Let's give out the pass. So we are Southwest Airlines. We're thankful that they're our airline sponsor, and we are going to do you have the winner?
I know who the winner is, and I'm so excited because everyone who registered's name was put into the drawing, and sometimes the person doesn't show up, but I know this person is here because I gave them when they walked in.
Oh.
So the winner is.
Okay, folks, when we're doing this, everybody on the table.
And the winner is Andrea Williams, the Wood Shop.
All right. Woo.
Yay! Come on up, Andrea. We'll take a quick picture. Yay! Don't be jealous. Give her a round of applause. Thank you.
That could be you, next event. That's the most enthusiasm I've had for a winner, though, in a while. That's amazing. Congratulations, Andrea. And let's thank Lisa and Gary. We were having a conversation earlier. It's hard to be the person who's supposed to come on stage and find the comedic tone, so they do it over and over again. So a big thank you to Lisa and Gary for that. So a couple more recognitions we want to make, and then we are going to get to the main event. I want to thank our regional visionaries for their ongoing and consistent investment in both GSI and the work that happens throughout the region. So if you'll take a minute to join me in thanking them. Avista, BECU, Kohl's Company, Idaho Central Credit Union, Multi-Care Health System, Numerica Credit Union, Pearson Packaging Systems, Providence Healthcare, Spokane County, STCU, and Washington Trust Bank. Please join me in a big thank you to them. I'd also like to recognize the elected officials that are in attendance today, and I will not be doing it by name because that is a dangerous, dangerous game. But what I want to do, I know we have a number of local elected officials here from our cities across the region, our county commissioners, a few of our state representatives. So if you are an elected leader in our region, if you'll please stand up so that we can recognize you and thank you for the service that you provide. Stand up, don't be shy. Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to thank we have a number of our board members for Greater Spokane Incorporated, our economic development and community partners who are in the room with us today. If you'll stand up so we can recognize and thank you for your leadership on behalf of the region. Don't be shy. This is what I know you all love. I love to make people stand up. The reason why is that for all of the folks that have just stood up in the next couple of times, it takes all of your leadership and so many others to be able to power our region, our community forward. And your partnership is really, really essential to the work that we do. So thank you for doing all of that on top of much of your day-to-day and the organizations and the work that you do. And so now it gives me a great honor to introduce Mayor Lisa Brown. Lisa's been involved with Spokane since 1980 when she became the Associate Professor of Economics at Eastern Washington University. She has since been involved in community organizations advocating for working families, petitioning for dental benefits for low-income people, marching in the first Spokane Pride Parade, and organizing the first Take Back the Night rally in Spokane to bring awareness to victims of domestic violence. And legislator for 20 years, representing the 3rd Legislative District, first in the State House of Representatives and then in the State Senate. She was elected by her peers as the Senate Minority Leader in 2002 state history to hold the position of Senate Majority Leader. Lisa also served as the Chancellor of Washington State University's Spokane Health Sciences campus and led the development of WSU's rapidly growing Center for Health Sciences Education and Research. Her collaboration with community partners led to the establishment of the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine, expanding healthcare where it's needed most while providing transformative economic development for Spokane. And most recently, Lisa served as the director of the Washington State Department of Commerce, where under her leadership, the Commerce developed the Small Business Resiliency Network, supported broadband